Introduction to B2. The plan for the B2 learners and the biggest problem of B2 learners is the fact that we have a lot of ability with English, but the vocabulary is much, 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 much bigger for us. Like when you pass the B1, your world opens to a lot of different topics, similar to what I was telling Rox. You know, what I was telling Rox is that we have. Let me show you in a slide. Mm, Here we go. So your objective is to pass to become B2, to become upper intermediate, right? In this moment, you have a lot of grammatical information in your mind and vocabulary that is sometimes high in some topics, sometimes low in some topics. The vocabulary that you master in this moment is the vocabulary you saw with me, probably casual conversations, maybe a little bit of speaking about yourself. No, actually, a lot of you can speak about yourself normally. You can speak about your present, your past, your ambitions. You have everything in control. But if you want to have a conversation about geography, a conversation about architecture, a conversation about history, a conversation about mechanic, you will probably have a lot of problems because it's a lot of vocabulary that we are not familiar with, right? So the first challenge that we have with vocabulary is the fact that we need to explore a lot of different topics and get familiar with the vocabulary in each niche. What is a niche?
Is similar to Spanish?
It's similar to Spanish, but how would you transcribe it in English?
Mm-hmm.
A niche is a small section of the market for a particular kind of product or service. So if you are, for example, in this case, rocks, your your job is something with numbers, no?
I don't understand you, teacher.
Is your job about numbers?
Numbers?
Yeah, numbers, mathematics, data.
Yes, I am biomedical engineer.
Biomedical engineer. Thank you very much. I almost forget it.
Mm-hmm.
If you work on biomedical engineering and in your studies, in your university studies, you are reading papers in English and you have information about mechanics and how the body works and everything, you will probably have a lot of vocabulary about that topic, right? So in your case, you need to start exploring other areas that will feed you with more words that you are not familiar with. right?
Okay.
In your case, you if you want to master more English, now you need to explore, I don't know, sea ocean life, you know? What about talking
Mhm.
about the blue whale, the life of the blue whale, you know? Or explore other words like let's say traveling, the five top places visited on earth, or the five wonders of the world, and why the seven wonders of the world, and why they are considered the seven wonders. Like this is going to feed you with a lot of vocabulary that you can use in different areas. You know,
Okay. Mhm.
that's the interesting stuff. If you understand biomechanics, then you will understand probably engine mechanics, cars. You will understand um, motorcycles. You will understand the production line in a factory, for example. You will understand a lot of different sub areas related to your niche. So this is the interesting part about B2. It's the interesting part, but at the same time, it's the difficult part because it's a lot of topics. Like now, it's you open the world to yourself.
Mhm.
So the challenge here is every time we see, every time we pass to the next lesson, we are going to work with different topics. For example, sometimes we're going to talk about leisure, which is free time. Other days we're going to talk about health. Other days we're going to go talk about, you know, business, right? We're going to have a lot of different topics to talk about, different conversations, different vocabulary, and of course, more data. That's the point. Okay.
Okay.
Now, challenge number 2, complex grammar, grammatical structures. Now, we have some structures that are a little bit different from what we say in Spanish, and others are sometimes they translate. This is important. Sometimes words translate to Spanish, other times they don't. That's the reason I started with the strategy of vocabulary last week. We need to practice with an English strategy, so we don't go to Spanish. We are only going to go to Spanish when it's necessary, and it's only necessary when you see an A1 word and there is no definition in English. In that case, we are going to talk in Spanish. But by this time, you should know all those words. Okay, so if you don't know a word, don't worry. We are going to learn it. We are going to put it in the glossary with the corresponding level and everything as usual. No, but by this time you must know all the A1 vocabulary and all the A2 vocabulary. You should not have problems with these lists. With these lists, with A1 and A2, we can understand B1 and B2 words, right? So this is also vocabulary. We can use A1 and A2 words to understand B1, B2, and C1 vocabulary. And on the other cases, structures shouldn't match Spanish speaking. This is going to be a complete English transcription. Okay. The next part, the next challenge, listening comprehension. As always, this listening is so difficult. The challenge here is to understand accents, faster speech, contractions, these reduced forms, means contractions, and implied meaning. What is implied meaning? Implied means implicit. Okay?
Okay.
Sometimes it's not going to be literal. Sometimes we need to interpret a little. This is in the exam. Definitely. There are some readings and some texts that you need to understand. Let's copy the word. Open your glossary, girls. And let's understand the word imply. With them. Imply. Help me with the definition. Jessica's more.
Mr. Imply. To suggest that something is true or that you feel or think something without saying so directly.
Can you repeat that?
Without saying so directly.
Mhm. That's right. So we need to use precisely the word imply. Sometimes is very often used in an exam. In an exam, you have questions like, what does the text imply? And then you need to read the text and give an interpretation. You know, that is your idea, and we need to understand it. This listening comprehension goes directly associated to fluency, because now that you speak a little, now you need to speak faster. Speaking with confidence and fluency while using accurate grammar and varied vocabulary. Fortunately, I have well, I'm going to show you the solutions in a moment, but yes, the fluency is a problem because we need to go faster and think about the words quickly and correctly, no? So this is going to become a priority number one in this level, making you speak faster, faster, faster. As we saw yesterday, another challenge is reading comprehension, which is very similar to vocabulary. Vocabulary, formal language, complete expression, reading comprehension is always the challenge here to talk correctly. And finally, one of the most important parts, one of the most important things from your challenges is natural phrasing, collocations, and cultural pragmatics. What is this? Collocations is using words in a natural way, understanding your humor, sarcasm. You are not watching my screen, I'm sorry. Natural phrasing, collocations, and cultural pragmatics. Okay. Please read this section, Rocks.
Using words in a naturally occurring combination.
Mhm.
Example, make a decision versus do a decision.
Mhm.
Understanding humor,
Mhm.
sarcasm, and social norms in communication.
Yes. Words that are normally put together just because they exist. Okay. So these are the normal challenges for a B1, B2, sorry, B2 speaker. But don't worry. For each problem, we have a solution. To attack these areas, I am going to give you specific activities. Look. Where is my, okay, here we go. For vocabulary, for complex grammar structures, and for reading comprehension, of course, we are going to use the vocabulary analysis class and, glossary. This is going to be our material and mechanics to attack this. Okay. In the case of listening comprehension and fluency, we are going to use a new methodology, well, a new activity called shadowing. We are going to do shadowing in the class. I'm going to show you in a moment what is shadowing. And finally, for the natural phrasing, for collocations and cultural pragmatics, including combinations, and I forgot to write phrasal verbs. How to memorize all these natural phrasing, collocations, and cultural pragmatics. We are going to use speaking analysis lessons. We are going to watch American people talking. After the shadowing class, we are going to analyze the vocabulary. And with that, with these three abilities, with these three lessons, we are going to be able to train ourselves for the B1 first. Ladies and gentlemen, in this case, only ladies, please look at this information. With these abilities, we can cover a B2 first. B2 first training. This is the next evaluation. If you pass a B2, you don't need me anymore. You know? You are free. Free to go to your destiny. And that's because it's a very difficult exam. It's honestly, it's difficult. I sometimes do it just to practice because sometimes it's difficult. So we need to practice a lot. Do you agree with me? We need to analyze accents. We need to analyze writings. We need to analyze vocabulary. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. But don't worry. This is why we're here, and this is what we're gonna do. I have a plan. We are going there. And that's it. What I want to do this week we are going to start with the shadowing method because we need to practice our fluency, pronunciation, speaking, and then analysis. Let me show you this teacher's video.
Hey everyone, it's Hadar. Thank you so much.
It's so good. It's so good. She is a really, really good video maker, teacher, everything. So let's watch this together. Take notes about important parts that you think are considered important for you. And we have the captions here to understand. All right? Attention, girls.
So much for joining me. Today we are going to talk about how to do the best possible shadowing exercise. If you have no idea what a shadowing exercise is, then you are in for a treat because it's really one of the best ways to improve everything about your English. And if you've been doing this for a while, then you might want to stick around as well because you'll learn the biggest mistakes English learners make when doing the shadowing exercise. And also I'm going to give you a few tips on how to improve it and optimize it because I love efficiency. If you're already practicing, it might as well work really, really well for you. And this is what this video is all about. But before that, if you are new to my channel, then hello. My name is Hadar. I'm a non-native speaker of English, and I am here to help you sound confident, clear, and proud when speaking English. Now, pride is not something that you hear, but it's something that you feel when someone else is speaking. And I want you to be very, very proud of your English because it's your second language or third or fourth, and you should be very proud no matter what the outcome is. Now, if you want to find out more about how I can help you, then I highly recommend that you visit my website, hadarshemish.com, or you can also follow me on Instagram at hadar.accentsway, where I share a new piece of content every single day. So I have a feeling that you're going to like it. I'm going to put all the links below this video. Now let's talk about the shadowing technique. The shadowing technique is basically you shadowing someone else speaking, meaning you're repeating what they are saying. Now, you can also call it the imitation exercise, Or, as I like to call it, the echoing exercise, where you're just like echoing what someone else is saying. Now, before we get into how to do it and how to avoid the biggest mistake, the reason why it's so good is because, first, it helps you develop intuition. What does that mean? It helps you understand things in English on a deeper level, a level that is not logical or intellectual, but you feel it in your body. You feel the rhythm of the words and sounds. And there are things that you can't put in words, or you can't find a logical explanation to why something sounds the way it does. And when you're imitating someone, it's like when you're singing along or humming along with a melody. You're tapping into different layers that usually don't exist when we just think of the language as spoken language or words. So that's the first reason. The second reason, it can help you understand and listen to sounds in a way that you usually don't listen to, especially if you're paying attention. You also start noticing things like melody, intonation, rhythm, all of which are very, very important when communicating in English, and they give you that extra sense of confidence and ability to express yourself and how you're feeling and your attitude towards things. Now, if you're only focusing on the words and sentences, then you're losing a lot of the elements that we have in normal speech, things that we don't think about, but we feel and hear when other people speak. And this is why imitation exercises are really, really cool. Also, it's something that you can do on the go while you're driving or doing the dishes or walking your dog. So it's a very efficient exercise that you can, leverage basically any situation when you're doing something and you don't have a lot of people around you into a practice opportunity, which is also a plus. Now, before we talk about the biggest mistakes learners make when doing these shadowing exercises, I want to talk about how to do it. Okay? And I want to give you a few tips on how to do it. So the first is to just play the audio and then echo the person you're listening to, or shadow the person you're listening to, right? So basically you're not pausing, you're not doing anything, you're just repeating it a split second after them. Now, at the end, I'm also going to give you a few tips on how to optimize this exercise. But for now, I want you to know that this is the first option that you have, right? And this is something that you can do on the go as you're driving your car or doing the dishes.
Because I have worked
a
working class job.
I've
waited
tables in restaurants.
I have ridden the subway.
I have walked the streets.
In New York City.
The second option is when you are more concentrated, seated at your desk or on your couch, and ideally you might want to have the script of the speech that you are shadowing. And what you want to do is to play a line, pause, and repeat. Okay? So basically, you play a line, then you pause, and don't wait till the end. Like, you can take a short chunk, and then pause, and then repeat.
I started doing this because
I started doing this because
I was having
this incredible
response.
Now, the advantage of this exercise is that you can go deeper, you can pay attention to more things because you're more focused and concentrated. You have more time to listen to things, to repeat it. So this is a great way to go deeper. But the advantage of the first option is that you can do it anytime and pretty much anywhere. Well, not really anywhere.
That's the demo that I wanted you to see. That's shadowing. She listens to a podcast, she listens to a video, she listens to something. And first, you need to understand the words, no? Because you probably don't have subtitles. I will help you with the subtitles, with the captions. But second, you are going to listen to it slowly, repeat it slowly, and then repeat it faster, and then faster, and then faster, and then faster, and then faster until you can do it exactly the way the person in the video does, in the same speed, with the same pronunciation, and as close as possible. It's an imitation game. What is your opinion on the shadowing technique? Rox, do you think that's easy or difficult?
So teacher, because I think that I need to understand well the other words, all words, sorry. Because if I don't know one word, maybe I can say something word.
Some word,
it's
not something word.
some word instead of other word.
Uh-huh. Which is the importance of vocabulary.
Mhm.
The importance of vocabulary, the importance of comprehension, the importance of many things that we need to use. Mhm.
Yes. Mhm.
We are going to analyze vocabulary in the reading. So when we do shadowing, I'm going to give you the words. Don't worry.
Okay.
You know, eliminating that wall, we can focus on pronunciation, on fluency, on speed, on quick responses. Okay,
Okay.
that's the idea. What about yes? What do you think about shadowing?
I think that it's very interesting.
Mhm.
It's like to repeat, or I associated like when a kid is repeating, when he's listening, is starting this. Well, for example, the kid is starting to know how to read.
Okay.
So, for example, it is repeating, for example, a movie or a record. So I think that it is interesting. I have the same thing that Rose, and who I am going to,
Mm-hmm.
who I was going to catch the words that I don't know.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yes. 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 Yes.
But yes, I was going to ask you if you just eat alone when we listen a podcast or something like that to put the subtitles. How to pronounce?
Pronounce.
How to pronounce
Yeah.
subtitles?
Yeah. Yeah. Captions.
Captions.
Captions. Yeah. And you know what? I honestly, I think today in the modern era is so easy to do shadow. You know, look at. Do you listen to podcasts, girls?
I sometimes listen TED Talks.
TED Talks. Okay,
TED Talks.
Yes. Me too.
but only TED Talks. No podcast on Spotify or something like that.
Maybe it's in YouTube, but one time I tried to listen the podcast about horror stories.
But the Mexican one, no?
No, in English,
Ah,
but
okay.
but the person that spoke
Mhm.
um, speaks so faster.
Yes. Mhm.
So honestly, I don't understand.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes.
For this activity, you need to sit down and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat as much as you can. Let me show you the reason I am asking you that is because look, if we go to, let me show you. There. If you go, for example, to a podcast, whichever you like, I like this one. Again, YouTubers. That's my favorite thing, right? Look at this new way to use it, okay? Check this out.
Alright, I got some fucking beef with this dude.
Dude, I haven't even said what's up, guys.
I don't
Welcome
give a
back to
fuck.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Views. Okay,
Listen to me, bro.
go.
What's fucked up about the fact that you're wearing
Why
my
are you sitting like that, bro?
Because I want to confront you.
Doesn't he look bigger, like his muscles?
Today we have podcasts with transcription, with subtitles, synchronized. Today is so easy to practice English, even in the bathroom, if you want to,
Yes.
So you have everything. Of course, you have YouTube. Of course, you have things like that. But look at all the tools that you have to practice. Of course, I want to do this with you, right? We are going to dedicate some classes to shadowing, other classes to analyzing, but you can do this yourself on the weekend. You can do this yourself on at night when you want to go to bed for 10 minutes, 20 minutes every day. It's not so like to sit down for hours. You can do this with many, 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 many activities you do today. If you go to the gym, you can do it when you are doing cardio. You can put your cell phone in front of you, read it, pronounce it, repeat it, pause, repeat. You play, you touch here.
The fact that you're wearing
Why
my
are you sitting like that, bro?
The fact that you're wearing my, the fact that you're wearing my,
the fact that you're wearing my
Why are you sitting like
and then you go again. Why you're sitting like that, bro? Why you're sitting like that, bro?
the fact that you're wearing my
Why are you sitting like that, bro?
Trying to repeat it by yourself. And eventually, when you speak with an American person, you are going to ask him, "Hey, why are you sitting like that, bro?" And then it becomes part of you.
Okay.
It's so cool. It's really, really useful. So, this is a little demo. This is an introduction. Welcome to B2. Right?
Okay, teacher.
Let's do this. Let's stop over here. We are going to see ourselves tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Good rest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Jess.
Bye. Bye, Ruth.